From the shadows of Gaza, Mohammed Deif, one of Israel's most wanted men, had broken his silence for the first time in 7 years. He said in an audio recording that Israel pay a heavy price if it did not meet the demands of Hamas, the Palestinian Islamist group that rules the Gaza Strip. Considered a skilled commander, Mohammed Deif released a rare statement in early May warning Israel against evicting Palestinian families from Jerusalem, Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood and to remove police from Al-Aqsa mosque compound. He further said, "I salute our steadfast Palestinian at Sheikh Jarrah in occupied Jerusalem. The resistance leadership and Al-Qassam are watching closely what is happening in the neighborhood." Subscribe Daily Reveal TV. Also click the bell icon for upcoming videos. The voice was that of Mohammed Deif, elusive leader of Hamas military wing, most wanted man for Israel forces in recent war between Israel and Gaza. Throughout the operation, Israel have tried to kill Mohammed Deif in Gaza operation. At least 2 attempts to kill Deif were made during the conflict, and IDF officials confirmed that the failure represented another escape by a militant who has now survived at least 7 reported assassinations attempts over 2 decades. This protracted game of cat and mouse has frustrated Israel's military, which had aimed to kill many of Hamas' top commanders during the latest conflict. They clearly had a list of people who they believe are uniquely important to Hamas' military capability. Middle East security analyst Matthew Levitt said at the top of that list would be Mohammed Deif. Mohammed Deif was born in Gaza Khan Yunus refugee camp in 1965 when the territory was occupied by Egypt. Mohammed Deif would have been a young man at the time of Hamas founding. When he joined the group in the late 1980s, Mohammed Deif quickly rose to prominence within Hamas military unit, the Izzadin al-Qassam brigades. He considered to be a particularly hardline Hamas official, said Mr. Levitt, a former counter-terrorism advisor to US State Department. He said Mohammed Deif was close to some of Hamas' more militant commanders such as Yahya Ayyash, a renowned bomb maker known as the Engineer. As leader, Mohammed Deif has been credited with designing Hamas' signature weapon, the Qassam rocket, and the warren of tunnels beneath Gaza. These tunnels are where Deif is thought to spend most of his time, evading Israel's military and directing Hamas operations. Security experts says this ability to elude Israel's military can partially be attributed to his avoidance of modern communication technology. IDF spokesperson said, "If you are not on phones, if you are not on computers, there are ways to make it difficult for modern intelligence services to have a sense of where you are," the former Israeli intelligence chief said. The death of Hamas tunnels, out-of-date intelligence, the risk of collateral damage, and munitions malfunctions are other reasons why some of these assassination attempts may have failed. Further said, the primary reason for Israel would be interested in seeing his demise is that he really is of the older school. He has that standing. There is a smaller number of senior militant leaders who were there at the beginning is unique in that regard. Despite his weakened is still most popular among Palestinians. Even in the street of Gaza, people would recognize Mohammed Deif and still may speak favorably of his militants. People in Gaza still, when the ceasefire was announced, that didn't stop some Palestinians chanting Mohammed Deif name with swords and blood.